As a sixth grade teacher, I come across a variety of applications that would be perfect to incorporate into my daily teaching. Unfortunately, it's not always easy for my students to have accessibility to these applications. As it turns out, accessibility to apps seems to be an issue that's being explored as we speak. In today's educational system, it's crucial that all students are included in as much of the learning as possible. When apps are not maximally accessible to all students, it can exclude several learners. Before I dive into the main themes of these chapters, I want to define what it means to have apps that are accessible. The reading stated that accessibility is the ability of the learning environment to adjust to the needs of all learners. In other words, resources need to match the needs and preferences of the user so that no one is excluded from learning. This year, I have a student with a mild visual impairment known as achromatopsia. He is able to use features of an iPad, similar to what they talked about in this chapter 13, to increase his accessibility to the same information as other students in the class. It's actually quite fabulous. In terms of my opinion about the learning curve associated with the programs, my student has not had any trouble learning how to use the applications. I think he actually enjoys the problem solving that's involved in using them, and he's been able to figure it out. Throughout chapter 13, the article talks about determining an app's accessibility. When apps such as BrainPop have videos that are captioned, it opens up the use to a variety of users. When designers create applications that can cater to the different needs of a population of learners, we know that they are being successful. It is simple to create something that only targets a minute number of students, but when all the individual needs of a child is taken into consideration, a true masterpiece has been created. In addition to meeting the needs of students, designers are also working on meeting the needs of teachers by studying how data collection and information mobile tools can support and influence decision making for teachers to improve teaching and learning in the classroom. Over the past few years, the National Science Foundation studies have looked at schools and how they use data to improve student learning in response to initiatives such as No Child Left Behind. Through their research, they found that most K-12 educational systems had two levels, a district summative system and a teacher formative system. After researching the need for teachers to have mobile data tools, a team created an app for teacher-driven formative evaluations. After familiarizing themselves with the tools that teachers are currently using, they determined that there is a discrepancy between district-sponsored summative evaluation tools and teacher-driven formative evaluation tools. Of course, just like any other discrepancy that is found, there needed to be a solution. As a means to resolve the issue, KidGrid, a mobile app, was created so that teachers can enter formative evaluation points and feedback. This app can also connect to district-wide summative data evaluations. The team of designers selected the iOS platform to run the mobile app KidGrid. The mobile app allows teachers to forego the days of sloppy gradebooks scribbled in pen that can be easily lost, and I must admit, I have lost things that I've graded. Instead, teachers have a friendly and clean place to store data for their students that can't be lost. In addition to having one place for the teacher where all data is stored, the district can also pull from that data for various decision-making purposes. As you can see, teaching in the 21st century is introducing many new and useful tools that teachers in many different grade levels can take advantage of. It is my hope that teachers, both young and old, will take the initiative to go outside of their comfort zone to explore some of the apps that are being created to incorporate some of the most up-to-date teaching and learning strategies and documentation systems to the forefront of education.